Welcome to tutorialsinhand.com. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about an important concept in software engineering, and that is SDLC. So what is SDLC? SDLC is popularly known as Software Development Life Cycle, or it is also known as System Development Life Cycle. In different books, you will hear these terms interchangeably, so don't get confused. Both are same. Now, be it software product or human or any other product, every product goes through a series of identifiable stages to complete its life cycle. There are, for example, for human beings, we have different life cycles. That is, first is birth, childhood, then we go through education, we complete our degrees and then start job, we create our future based on our aspirations, then at the end we all die, that is, we retire from life. So this is how we can identify the series of identifiable steps that a human can go through in his life cycle. So this can be understood as a life cycle process of human being. Similarly, a software product, when is required by any customer, what they do, they make a request for the product, right? Make a request for software product to any consulting company or to any developer who can provide it. So request is made, and when the first request is made, the first step is known as product conception. Remember this keyword, conception, product conception. This is the first step that occurs. That means every software product starts with a request for the product by the customer, and that is called product conception. So this is the starting point for the software product, where product conception is made. And now once the product conception is made, what happens is this idea of product will go through a series of identifiable stages, something similar to this. So it has different stages. Now it will go through series of identifiable stages in its life cycle, which will be referred to as software development life cycle or system development life cycle, or it can also be referred to as software process, right? This series of steps with which the product is made can also be referred to as software process, right? So this is something which software development life cycle relates to. Now what we are going to see is what are the different stages that life cycle goes through. So once the product conception is made, the product goes through a series of stages, and the stages can be what? After this we will have, one product conception is made, after that we are going to have feasibility study. Here we try to understand whether this product that which we are trying to build is feasible or not. Feasible in the sense, in the terms of means requirements, money requirement that we have, the resource requirement that we have, is it feasible by taking into consideration all those things. And after that we could have, like, once feasibility study is done, we can go through requirement analysis and specification. Now once requirement analysis specification is done, design will be made. Now once the design phase is completed, now the coding and unit testing will start. Once design is ready, like we will come through different designs like ER diagram in databases, then you will have DFD models and similar other designs are made to understand how to go through the development process. And once that is done, then coding starts. And once coding is done, then we will go through testing of that code. Different kind of testing will be performed, like unit testing, integration testing, and different kind of testings which we will come to know in the latter part of the tutorials that we will create in future. And once coding and unit testing is done, we will have like integration and system testing, that is also part of this testing only. And once this is done, then the product is handed over to the person or the company who has requested for the product. Once it is handed over, after that what will happen is the maintenance phase will start. Maintenance phase means there might be changes coming on the developed product, some other features might be added or some other features might be required to be slashed out from which is not needed, so that feature needs to be retired. So this maintenance activity starts. And remember, every development process has the maximum effort for this maintenance phase. This maintenance phase requires the maximum effort. This maintenance phase requires the maximum effort. Why? Because this is a long process. Development analysis means after feasibility study, requirement analysis, specification and all those things can be done. Design and coding can be done in 6 months, 1 year or something like that, depending on the requirements. But after it is handed over to a company or organization, then there may be different things that may pop out according to the business requirements, which may be required to added in the product or it might be required to remove from the product. So this comes in the maintenance phase, right? And it requires around 75% of the effort, or you can say 60 to 75% of the effort, depending on the situation. And after that, the maximum phase is needed in the testing phase. And then design also requires considerable amount. Then is the coding and unit phase, and then is the requirement and analysis phase. So this requires the minimum effort, and then coding requires the effort greater than this, design requires effort more than what is required in coding, and then testing requires greater effort than design, and maximum effort is required by this maintenance, right? So this is just a layout. It is not an hard and fast rule, because we have different life cycle models depending on the requirement and what we want to achieve as a software product. So different life cycle models that we have can be categorized into. Now we have different examples of popular SDLC, which are classical waterfall model, iterative waterfall model. So after iterative waterfall model, prototyping model, evolutionary model, spiral model, and we can also add agile model as well. This agile model is nowadays very popular in the software development industry. We will study about that also in future. And just remember that these are the examples. You can find out more software development lifecycle models in different books, or different companies make their own software development life cycle that is customized SDLC according to their company need or the product they are building. Based on that requirement, it might be customized according to them. So if you work in some companies like product based companies, they will or they may have their own SDLC model, which may be something similar to this, but then it can also use or get diverted from this particular models to create its own set of life cycles or set of series of stages, which you may not have heard in any book, right? Now the question arises, why we need these life cycle models, right? Can't we just start preparing and making the product without following any life cycle model? You can do that, but it will take time and you need to figure out different things, because when you start from the scratch, you might find different problems for which you need to find out the solutions, which these models already have found out. And if you follow these life cycle models, what will happen is you will go through a suitable, well-defined life cycle structure, well-defined life cycle model, and you will end up getting good quality product, and you will also save time and budget, that is cost as well. So these are some benefits which you will get if you follow the proper life cycle model. Now every life cycle model has its own advantages and disadvantages, which helps you to decide which one you should choose if you are choosing one among these based on the requirement that you have. So we will study about these classical, waterfall, iterative, prototyping, evolutionary, spiral and agile in the coming video tutorial. For now, this is all about SDLC. Hope you have got a good information out of this video tutorial. If you really liked the content, then please help us in motivating by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thank you.